Today's topic for discussion is Female Gametophyte of Pinus and Pinus seed. This is the photograph of female gametophyte of Pinus. Pinus, it is a gymnospermic plant. Let us see all the details. The female gametophyte or the embryo sac, it is also known as embryo sac, that develops from the innermost megaspore of the linear tetrad. The functional megaspore nucleus that undergoes several divisions without any cell wall formation and results into a free nuclear stage of gametophyte. Gametophyte means gamete producing plant. A central large vacuole displaces the cytoplasm with numerous nuclei to the periphery of the gametophyte. At this stage, the embryo sac lies surrounded by 2 or 3 layers of spongy nutritive cells as shown in the photograph. The development of the embryo sac up to this stage takes a period of 1 year and the female cone becomes ready for pollination. Pollination is activated through the agency of wind. Wind pollination occurs in Pinus. Wind pollination is also known as anemophilous type of pollination. Often out of the pollen shed from the microsporangium, many are vested which form yellow deposits on the ground. Such yellow deposits on the ground are commonly described as sulfur shower. A small number is utilized in pollination, and many pollen grains they fell off on ground which appear yellowish in color. Let us see the details of fertilization. Pollination drop appears at the top of the micropyle. The pollen grains caught within this drop are dragged towards the nucellus. When the pollination drop dries up, nearly 1 year after pollination, the process of fertilization takes place. It requires complete 1 year. The partly germinated pollen grains renew their growth after reaching the top of the nucellus. The intine develops into a pollen tube which often branches and finds a way down to the nucellus. At this stage, the generative cell divides and forms an upper stalk cell and lower body cell as shown in the photograph. The two cells soon separate through the dissolution of separating wall. They then pass down to the pollen tube. Just before the act of fertilization, the body cell divides into two naked male gametes or male cells. Each male gamete shows a haploid nucleus and a little cytoplasm around it. Next, in the female gametophyte, the wall of megaspore becomes thicker and well defined. Soon the cell wall formation sets in the peripheral part of the female gametophyte with free nuclei and advances inwards until the entire embryo sac becomes cellular. At this stage, nearly 2 to 3 archegonia develop toward the micropylar end of the female gametophyte. The remaining part of the female gametophyte is described as endosperm. The endosperm here differs from the endosperm in the angiosperms in being haploid and being formed before the act of fertilization. This is the difference. A cell near the top of the female gametophyte acts as an archegonial initial. This divides transversely and forms an upper neck initial and a lower central cell. The neck initial divides and forms 8 cells in 2 tiers of 4 each. This is the description of Archegonium. Neck canal cells are absent. The central cell enlarges many times and becomes vacuolated. The nucleus of the central cell divides and forms a small venter cell and a large egg cell. The venter canal cell soon disorganizes. The pollen tube advancing through the nucellus soon reaches the archegonium. The next cell gets digested by the pollen tube, and very soon the pollen tube bursts open and releases the two non-motile male gametes. Male gametes are non-motile here, and the non-motile male gametes are released into the cytoplasm of the egg. One of the male gametes unites with the egg. The nuclei of the two fuse into a diploid nucleus. The nucleus of other gamete soon disintegrates. And let us see the seed of the Pinus. Let us see all the details of seed of the Pinus. Development of seed occurs during the third year. The outer fleshy layer of the integument disintegrates. The middle hard and stony layer contributes towards the formation of outer seed coat, the testa. The tegmen is formed from the inner fleshy layer of the integument. The nucellus gets completely exhausted and is represented by a small cap at the micropylar end. These remains of the nucellus form a perisperm. The endosperm, which gradually increases in bulk, becomes rich in the oil content. Due to the presence of endosperm, the seed is described as endospermic seed. The embryo proper shows a pointed radicle, a minute plumule, a short hypocotyle, and the cotyledons. The number of cotyledons varies from 9 to 11 in Pinus. The seeds are winged seeds. Winged seeds occur in Pinus and are dispersed by wind because of the presence of wings. This is all about the seed of the Pinus.